millimeters and Samsung for beginners. From warm to intense bright white. How many do I need? Enough to completely dominate the night.
Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me as always. Today we're going to be jumping into the Jetbeam E26 Kunai. And this is yet another in a series of extremely popular flashlight profiles that we're seeing these days. And that is the flat-bodied type of flashlight. Now, I own almost every popular flat-bodied flashlight that exists. I have multiple of the Olight. I have the EDC27 from Nitecore. I have an EDC29 on the way, and I've got the Trustfire X3 Mini. And they're all fantastic. This one will compare most closely with the Olight, the Arcfeld Pro, because this is going to be a multi-function just like the Arcfeld Pro, whereas the EDC 27 and 29 are really just lights. This is going to be a light, it's going to be a UV light, and it's going to be a laser all in one. Now, in my opinion, this is a step beyond the Olight, which almost pains me to say because I really do love Olights. And it's a step above what Nitecore offers. Now here's why. There's some features on here that don't exist on either of those two lights. And this is only 80 bucks. So for about the same price as the Olights, you can get more features. And by the way, way more power than the Olights. This is 2,000 lumens with 165 meters of throw. Can I get an oh yeah?
Oh yeah!
That's what I thought. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed. See what all kind of goodies you get in here. So you'll have a wrist strap if you want to carry it that way. You have your USB to USB-C cable. And that will bring us to our one and only con with this light. It's onboard charging because it has a built-in proprietary battery. That means when the battery has cycled so many times that it no longer has any life left in it, it's a disposable flashlight. You have to buy a new one. Now, that's exactly the same for all of these. Now, I don't know if what is the other one? Is it Streamlight makes the wedge? I think that one possibly has batteries that are removable. I don't know, because I don't have one. I don't like that light. It never really did anything for me, and I thought it was stupidly overpriced. But all of the popular flat-bodied lights are going to have proprietary batteries. And I don't know why I switched into an unknown accent there. So let's break it down very quickly here. Put that off to the side. You've got an SST40 white LED, custom reflector and optic. The first feature that this has that neither of the other two have, it's got a glass breaker built into the bezel, actually 4 of them. So you've got 4 ceramic bowls being used for glass breakers. So your functionality is controlled by this control ring, and that lets you select a mechanical lockout, your white light, your 1300 milliwatt UV light, and your green laser. I really love having a mechanical lockout. Now, with the other lights, you do have an electronic lockout. Oops, sorry. With O lights, it's press and hold. My bad. And with this one, it's the series of clicks and holds on the pushers. This is as easy as it gets. As long as that ring is all the way to the left, you can't push the EDC side button and get it to work. Love that. Flip it over here to white light. Boom, you got that. Flip it over one more, you have the UV light. Flip it over one more, and you've got the green laser. It is IPX8 water resistant, water and dust resistant, and it's been 1.5 meters drop tested. The other feature that this light has that none of the other popular flat-bodied lights have is it has cooling vents incorporated into the aluminum body so that it will allow the light to run at the higher modes for longer. The O light will step down pretty darn quickly. So will the EDC27. Now, I said that the built-in battery could be a serious con for a lot of people, and I believe for a lot of people it will be. But let's face it, at this price, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, you're only spending $80 to get your hands on this, and that's when it's not on sale. Search around, and I'm sure there'll be many times that you will find these on sale. You also have a battery indicator right over here by the charging port. If it's green, you're gonna love this. It's 25% to 100% battery charge. What the hell kind of wild swing is that? 90% of the time you're going to click this on, it's going to be green. You'll be like, yeah, I'm good to go. Well, no, because you only had 26% battery. It's going to last you like 5 minutes, man. When it turns to amber, it's between 15 and 35%. And if it's red, it's less than 15%. That's just silly. Now, you have two different switches here. You have your side switch, and you have a tail switch. Nice solid clicky back here. You can do half presses, you can do full presses. It's very easy to get to. Now, in case you're wondering, with the lockout ring set to lock, yes, it even locks out on the tail switch. So there's nothing you can do to mistakenly fire this in your pocket as long as you remember to put the lock on. When you unlock it, you have access to both switches. Now, let's talk about the UI since I've started playing with switches here. Your tail switch is the fastest into action. You can half press or you can full press. Full long press for on and off. Half press twice is strobe. You ready for strobe? Here we go. Now, you can also, aside from just selecting your light modes with the dial ring, you can have it set to where it will turn the light on for you. Just flip the button on, then lock it. When you bring it over, oh, it doesn't do that. I thought it did. My apologies. I thought for certain if you had this on, no, you can only switch between the modes. You can't go from off to on. Okay, my apologies. I could have sworn I've done that a few times. Oh well, maybe I'm crazy. Now I've had this for about 3 months. And the only reason I had not reviewed it earlier is because we have had an unreasonably brutal winter here where I live. We had 2 major blizzards, and it was just too damn cold to go out at night and capture the beam shots. And I feel it is important to go and do beam shots for a good comprehensive review. So that's what we're going to do here in just a couple of minutes. Let me finish up here by talking about your modes. Here's what you're getting for your modes. Low is 15 lumens. Medium, 300 lumens. High of 700 lumens. And your double tap turbo, 2,000 lumens. That is a good amount of light. It is going to be mostly flood. But the custom optics do give you a little bit of throw. Because you'll notice that each of the reflectors are built more for, not for throw, but for flood. When you get the dimpled reflectors like this, they're for bouncing the light around and scattering the light. And that's going to really be for more floody applications. But they are fairly deep, so you are getting a decent amount of throw. Again, this is not going to set any records. It's 165 meters. While that is a lot, it's nothing crazy. We all have lights in this price range that are 300, 500, 600 meters of throw. But to get a light that has good flood and good throw all in one, I think is a little bit better. Then to have the extra functionality of white light, UV, and the laser. So if you're wondering when you get into that hotel room, how much urine and semen is all over this room, that UV light is going to tell you. You want to charge up the luminescence on your watches right before bed, boom. Now it's charged up. Nighty-night. And then, of course, if you want to irritate the hell out of your wife's cat, that's what the green laser is for. It's also great for disrupting air traffic above you. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You never shine a laser up into the sky at an airplane. That's very, very, very illegal. Now, the pocket clip on this works fantastically. It's a nice long pocket clip. It's got good tension, but it's not overly tensioned. I like the one on the Nightcore, but it's a little bit stiff. And I think the one on the Olight is just a little bit light. They both still work great, but this is that happy medium right in between. You can choose from a couple of different colors. I chose orange because, hey, orange is cool, man, and you don't see it very often. As a matter of fact, I only have 2 other orange anodized lights. I've got an Olight O-Clip Pro, and I've got, what is the other one? Now, it's going to drive me nuts because it's in the back of my mind and I can't think of what it is. Oh, yeah, it's my little pocket thrower, the Workos TS11. Oh, wait. Even more exciting, one of my favorite little lights. This is the Raylight and Vastid Rook. So it turns out I have 4 orange lights, and I had completely forgotten about 2 of them. So yeah, I think orange is cool. It's wild, it's different. It's not going to be for everybody, sure. You could just do plain Jane black and be boring like everybody else, I suppose. But the orange is pretty neat. Anyway, let's get our asses outside and see how this bad boy performs. So yeah, I think for 80 bucks, you're getting a good deal of performance out of this light. I like the ergonomics. It is comfortable in the hand. I like the futuristic overall look of the design. It's very spaceshipy and sci-fi looking. It's every bit as easy to carry as the slightly smaller Olight. It's even lighter weight, actually, than the Olight Arcfeld Pros. It's about the same weight as the EDC27. And you got 2,000 lumens of power in here, which is fantastic. Remember, on the Olight Arcfeld Pros, these are 11 and 1200, or 1,000 and 1100, depending on which year you got them in. And to get 2,000 lumens, and to get the SST40, which is a real solid, reliable powerhouse. I think you've got a really sweet deal here. I've carried this a lot this winter. It's just been easy to throw in the pocket, especially if you're wearing like any kind of those, tactical pants where you got 511s or Vertex or whatever kind of tactical pants you have that may have that slim, smaller pocket down your leg or something, and it just drops right in. It's super easy to get to. It's never cumbersome, never in the way. Even if you're just wearing regular pants, jeans or something, and that's just tossed, clipped into your other pocket, it's not in the way of anything. That's the beauty of having these flat-bodied lights. Number one, they don't roll when you lay them down. You want to illuminate something, you can lay it there and it's not going to roll around on you. It takes up very little room in the pocket. There's a lot of benefits to having that. And I think another big feature for me, because I have I'll tell you one of my phobias. It's silly. You can laugh all you want, but I have a reason for it, and I'll explain that in a second. I have a phobia of driving over bridges. Yes, I am one of those rare people that's afraid that I'm going to die trapped in my car underwater. Now, I have a reason for that. I was right there when the I-35 bridge collapsed in Minnesota. So I know what can happen in the blink of an eye. And if I've got something that I know on me that has a glass breaker, it makes me feel a little bit better. It's dumb. I know that. It's an irrational fear. I think now I've reset my odds on ever experiencing anything like that ever again. I don't think I'm ever going to have to worry about it. But I live out by the Bay Bridge, and in our area here, we just had, what was it, that idiot boat that crashed into the bridge and collapsed that bridge in the middle of the night. It was just like 50 miles away. You never know what's going to happen. Having a glass breaker on something, whether it's on your keychain, or it's on the backside of your knife, or it's on a bottle opener or a pry bar that you keep in your pocket or in your wallet or in your vehicle, it's nice to have something. I like to have something that can cut a seatbelt and can break glass. So there you go. It's an extra little piece of security. It's completely nonsensical, and I completely understand that. Make fun of me all you want, but it's a realistic fear that's in my brain. And one of these days, I'm going to get a massive speeding ticket, because when I get on a bridge, I floor it, and I stay pegged all the way till I get on the other side of the bridge. I don't care how short or long the bridge is. I mean, you can't do that on the Bay Bridge. You'll kill somebody, but a bridge that I have realistically the room to do that, I don't let off. I just go. And if I'm going 100, I'm going 100. But I'm going to get off that bridge as quick as humanly possible. And I guarantee one of these days, I'm going to blow by a cop. And they're going to pull me over, and they're going to yell at me and scream at me and shake their fist at me and all that shit. But Yeah, man, it's a fear. It really is. I don't want to be on a bridge for any length of time, period. I don't want to be sitting in front of a bridge. I don't want to be anywhere near a bridge. So, anyway, there was no reason to get into all that. You didn't come here for that shit. Anyway, that's how I feel about this light. I think it's pretty damn fantastic for the money. And this is not the last time I'm going to be checking out Jetbeam. It is the first time. I've never been interested in a Jetbeam before. And when I saw an advertisement for this light, I think it was on Instagram, maybe Facebook, and I saw the shape of it, and I saw that it had a little bit more design flair than the other flat-bodied lights that I currently had, I went, I gotta check that thing out. That is really, really cool. And not knowing what the quality was like, not knowing what the performance was like, and this hasn't let me down at all. I don't expect it to be a lifelong keeper. I don't see this dial ring lasting forever. It's already a little bit loose. But I think for the money spent at 80 bucks, you're probably going to get your money's worth out of it. And I dig it. So there you go. That's my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video.